Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another wonderful episode. We are back at the lab. This is round 3 of the GT4 Porsche Cup. We are racing at NOLA Motorsports Park, but before we get started in just a couple minutes' time, we have a special little treat. This is going to be Busey's highlights. And we've got Busey's highlights reel coming up and coming at you right now in 3, 2, 1. Take it away.
We had quite an interesting race. It's been amazing to watch these drivers race, and last week was definitely not an exception. We had a quick little fight during the beginning, the opening lap for the lead. We had Andrew and Bearded going at it, which was extremely entertaining to watch. These drivers, they're really good at staying side by side and, not bumping into each other. And it definitely provides for some amazing entertainment and amazing racing. We also had P-Man with an impressive performance, starting relatively in the midfield and actually bringing it pretty far back up into the top 10. We had P-Man and Chewbacca battle it out pretty early in the race as well during lap 2, going side by side during the fast section of the Sachsenring, which is quite dangerous, but they definitely pulled it off very well. Atomic Mime and Brett Shepard also seemed to be getting pretty close during the race, and E-Man and Atomic also trading places across the line there. And their battle continued actually throughout multiple laps, and even Shu getting some action in there. All three of the drivers going side by side and really duking it out for those positions in the midfield. Sadly, we did have a mistake from Atomic Mine, but of course, it did keep the other drivers in the running for those positions, and it did keep the competition fierce. We did see even more of Atomic and P-Man through the last lap of the race. You can see them going side by side into the last corner and crossing the line right behind each other. It was an absolutely fantastic race to watch, and we had a couple really, really cool battles between really everyone in the field. The battle for the lead was, of course, a wonderful attraction that we also got to see a lot of. We had, I'm not sure, but Quas and two other drivers. Really, really intense racing, especially close to the end of the race. It's not often that we get to see three drivers finishing really, really close to each other. And they really were fighting for those positions, not just following each other the whole time. Here you can see them going to turn 1 on the last lap, side by side, cross around the outside, which is already a pretty crazy move. Of course, there's a bit of bumping, but that's all part of the fun. You'll see them as they go into the twisty section of the track. They're still right on each other's bumpers and sticking noses in wherever they can. They want this position right at the end of the race. They want to keep it and hold on to it. Going into the fast section, you can see they're already spaced out a bit more, but no worries, they'll get closer once more. Of course, this is the most exciting part as we see the drivers going into the very end of the race. You see Quas coming up on that bumper. He's really going to look down the inside of this turn. And they'll be late on the brakes. See Quas backing out a tiny bit, but he sends it down the inside. Right there, when you least expect it, right? He's able to make that position stick and is able to finish the race in first position. A wonderful performance from these three drivers. They were actually able to keep it clean, and it did not end in tears for anyone. Amazing battle for the lead, and I'm sure we'll get to see more of that this week. For race 2, we had another amazing race. as usual, some wonderful entertainment. Always really cool to see this field spread out on the way into turn 1, and it's always impressive to have a relatively clean run through. Here we have a battle between with Matt DLH. You can see them going side by side into the last corner here. And we also have Ben from behind. Looks like he's going to try and become a part of this battle. And here we see Ben coming up behind Matt DLH. Matt goes a bit deep, and Ben is able to capitalize on that. Going to the twisty section side by side, Ben is late on the brakes, and he's able to make that move stick. Here we are a bit later with a group of 4 drivers, Nick Rojas, Kevin Duty, and 2 others. Didn't quite catch their names. I'm sure we'll see them again in a minute though. They battle out in the midfield. Here we have Atomic, Riot, Kong, and Bearded sending it into the last section. The last final 2 corners. Going side by side. This is, of course, absolutely entertaining. They are so close to each other, and it's very impressive how close they can race. There's some wonderful chemistry there. Into turn 1. Riot is going to be on the outside. Ooh, and there's a bit of a spin there. Looks like every driver is able to continue racing though, which is always wonderful. Ooh. Out of the last turn, looks like Kevin Duty is going to make a small mistake, but that's all good. He's able to continue on. Here we're back with this big 4-way battle with Riot. And you can see they're getting really close to each other through the fast section, giving each other just enough room to avoid contact. Going into the final corner, Riot's going to go a bit wider. He's going to see if he can get a move set up down, start, finish straight into turn 1. Cars in front are already 3 wide. And braking into turn 1, Riot's going to try and squeeze by on the inside, and he's able to make a double overtake through turn 1, which is very impressive. That beautiful skill of this livery. But it's not quite over yet. Through the twisty section, he's able to make up another position going down the inside. Into the final complex of corners, we have a battle, which I believe this is a battle for the podium. Kubak is going to take the inside line, try and cover off, but it looks like there's a move around the outside. Another 4-way battle, it looks like. We have Bearded and Riot, everyone heading into the fast section, and once again, door to door, bumper to bumper. Everyone's braking as late as they can. It makes it quite difficult to get through the corner, but they're able to do so cleanly. Here, during turn 1, we have a small accident between Bearded and Ben B. These things happen with our close racing, but Beard is able to continue on. Beard is from a slightly different angle. You can see that Ben turns in a tiny bit, and there's a bit of contact. Riot versus Baloney. Here we have a battle which I believe is for the podium. You can see from that perspective how close the drivers are getting through these last couple corners. Poloni's going to back out a bit and see if he can get a run down into turn 1. Here we see the Beijing Cowboy and Ben fighting for that second place position. Going into the twisty section, we'll see if Ben is going to get alongside. Maybe not quite yet, but I'm sure it's coming. Here we go into our fast section of the track, and it looks like our Skittles liveried car is going to be trying to join in. But he goes a bit wide, so let's see if he's able to keep up. Into the last 2 corners, Ben is once again within striking distance. We'll see if Ben can make it past by the line. Not quite able to. And into, yeah, that's it. Bye-bye. Alright, that was the last lap of the race, and as you can see, we had battles throughout the whole race, lasting all the way up until the very last lap in both races. Some incredible door-to-door action, and yeah, it was amazing to watch, and I look forward to another amazing race this week.
Thank you so much for the time and for the help and the amazing commentary, Busey. You really put a good color to the beautiful imagery and visuals that we were able to get on screen. Thank you for walking us through that. You know it's not easy, so you'll only get more comfortable as time goes on. And appreciate everything that you're doing. And we're off to NOLA Motorsports Park. Ready to go?
Absolutely. Thank you for the kind words.
Right on. Take care, brother. Have a good one.
You too.
And we are going live at NOLA Motorsports Park. Gotta say again, thank you so much to the partner Busey of the stream and to the community for all of the wonderful hard work that he has put in and for the wonderful highlight reel commentary that he's put together. That was wonderful to hear and wonderful to see him give it a shot live without any rehearsal before that. So gotta give him credit where credit is due. That was just a video put together 10 minutes before the race got going. So thank you so much again. Really appreciate it. This is gonna be a fun one. If it's anything like what we saw at Sachsenring, NOLA Motorsports Park is going to be maddening as well. We've got to be at the one and only New Orleans Motorsports Park. And I think if I am correct, we should have one new driver to the grid at least tonight. Maybe not. Could be mistaken. I see 17 on the roster. Couple less than we had before joining us, and let's take a look at the championships. One thing I forgot to talk about: our driver standing, Bearded sits at the tippy top with 166 in first place. Quas not too far behind in 165 in second place. This is going to be neck and neck till the end of this championship. Andrews 134 in third place is chased by Ben B in fourth place with 109 after his podium finish in race 2 of heat 2 of round 2, excuse me. Riot in 5th place with 98, Huck Farrell in 6th with 97, P-Man with 91, Kong in 8th with 90, Nick Rojas with 88, Oleg with 77, unable to make it tonight, still at the office unfortunately. 11th place for DJ Harris with 74 points. 12th place going out to Devon. And 13th place, we got Matt DLH in the Arizona Mobile. And then we got Misha in 14th. Brett Shepard tied with 67 points. Almost nice in 15th. Bologna in 16th. Chewbacca in 17th. Atomic Mime in 18. The Beijing Cowboy in 19th with a wonderful finish in race 2, I believe. 53 points to their name. And Jay Styles with in 20th points with 50 points to their name. And I don't believe we'll be running for the rest of this championship, unfortunately. But it is good to see the rest of the drivers, and it's great to see all of the viewers light up in chat. Thank you so much for showing up to come and hang out with us. Really appreciate it. NOLA Motorsports Park is not a track that I'm familiar with, to be honest with. It looks like the AMA Motorcycles and Ford Formula arrived here in 2015 in Indy Grand Prix of Louisiana, but it was just a one-off. And it looks to host a couple of vintage Formula Racing, Formula V, Formula Regional Americas, F4 Championships, and Mazda Miata Heritage Cup races, but nothing else. I thought that I saw GT America was supposed to be going there, but I can't really confirm or deny that. What up, Jay Styles in his house. Thank you for showing up and hanging out, sir. Hope you got to see the wonderful little promo we put on earlier. If not, it'll get posted later, I am sure about that. Purple Sector coming out for Quas in Sector 2 in first place right now, leading the way with a 141 flat. Jesus. That is blazing. Unbelievably fast. Then B, looking good with the green Sector 2. Nothing doing. A little slow in Sector 1, at least for themselves. Ben B, personal best all around, excuse me. 43.251 that lap. Good enough for 11th place. Ho ho ho. Did you see my camera skills in the bedroom? I mean, what? Just kidding. Atomic Mime joining the grid. Thank you, Atomic Mime, in 19th place. Got to see a lot of action of the Mimester in race 1 and race 2 at the Sachsenring. Unfortunately, slipping out of control out of the final corner. Quaz with a 141.4. Excuse me, Kong with a 141.4. Not Quaz, that's Kong. Q's and K's. Using times. Did you threaten me with a good time, young man? I know that DLH car. I know it well. That's our man, the Walrus. Oh wait, no, the Walrus is in the blue BCC car, excuse me. That's P-Man in the 8362 in the 19 DHL car. Oh, Ben B getting around lap traffic. Who's in that number 4? Can't tell from the timing tower. Unfortunately. I gotta make the request to get all the drivers to get their names to match their liveries. 99, that one matches. Matt DLH going in 7th place in a 42.5. Pulls over, figure he's not gonna do any better than that on those tires. Diego, provisionally 15th with a 44.3. Nah, just the delivery guy. That sounds about right, Jay. Sounds about right. NOLA Motorsports Park is gonna be spicy. I didn't realize how close this was gonna be here. Golly, again, a track I'm not too familiar with, so I'm really gonna be excited on how this really plays out up and down the field. The drivers being so close to each other. And it definitely looks like a couple of the drivers aren't as familiar as the others. And I feel like once you get the rhythm, once you get the rhyme, oh baby, you know it's bobsled time. Yeah, there's 2 DLHs. I guess there wasn't enough liveries to go around. Excuse me, should say not enough custom liveries to go around because not a lot of people made custom liveries this season. I think that's is that Misha in the other DLH? No. Who was it? Vaughn? Oh, there it was right in front. Misfit. You know, takes a lot of hard work, yes. Takes a lot of hard work to look this good. I won't deny you guys that. I won't deny you guys that. A lot of drivers are willing to put in the work to help each other out to get livery packs together. You know, FFX makes some good liveries, and F1 also offers their services quite frequently. So, get a good look into it. It's all about track focus this season. You need to make one livery before the season starts. So if you're practicing before the season starts, it sounds like someone's got some insider trading information, Kong. You may have just ousted yourself. Bearded with a purple sector 3, he might be knocking on the doors of your heels, Kong. Might need to get out of chat and back into the cockpit. Talking all this gobsmack, being out on track. P-Man with a 42.5, his personal best thrown up. 9th place. Good place to start for them after finishing in the top 10 in race 1. Kong. Coming up with excuses. Valoni doing Valoni things. Doing well here. Someone who really does well in race 2 gets out in front, stays in front, and has a good clean race. Has picked up the points along the way. Looks like I must have upset Kong. He's left the viewers channel. Just kidding. Back out on track he goes, I'm sure. It looks like Quas is still out on track, pushing hard. Green first sector, average second, third sectors. Still green for Valoni. 14th place, 14.288. That's their best and last. A lot of best and last coming out. Man, and that last lap out of Quas was a 41.017. So only 600ths off of what his best lap time was. So, you know, he's out there still pushing hard, looking for a little bit of pace. Smart man. Got to give it a rest. Matt DLH is back in it, excuse me, with a 42.5. Okay, rejoined the server. I thought he had just jumped everybody. Unbelievable. Atomic Mime throwing it out there, going quite faster than anything they've had before. 42, 43, 44, 1 for Atomic Mime. Uh-oh. Beardy. Purple sector 1, but he's got traffic ahead. Does he only have the time because he's gotten the draft from Valoni? He's checking up a little bit. Valoni's not going faster through sector 1. Might be slowing up. Bearded through sector 2. Let's take a look on board with the Beard Man and see how bad that lap is hindered. Oh, it's bad. Can't quite do it. Has the pace. Looks like he gets the traffic out of his way. Let's see if he can pull it together this one. Holding on through the first corner. Turn 2 is long. Leads into turn 3. Back into the infield. Similar to a Daytona infield. And then around a long turn 4. Turn 5. Spitting out into a sharp turn 6 onto a long kind of Torpoznan final corner. There it is. fastest Sector 1 out on track. There it is, pushing really hard, coming out of that second bend there. Turn 8, 9, here we go. This is it. In the S's is really where you can lose or gain all this time. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Down to the dip of 15 in 16. He's catching the car ahead. I don't know if he's got it beneath him. Coming into the final sector, he's gone green. Almost brushes the wall to the line. Beardy, what do you got in your pocket? Gets to the line, 41.252. Better than Kong, but not enough to come close to Quas. Holy Toledo. Holy Toledo. Pushed it all, left it all, out on track. Good showing from the Beardman. Riot's still out here toting around. He might have some pace beneath him. Sector 2 sure did look rough, especially through that long 7 and 8 corner. And not having a lot of grace through the S's, but what do I know talking behind a mic? I don't have a wheel beneath me. There goes Bearded again. 0.2. Oh my goodness, through Sector 1, but does that compromise his line in Sector 2 again? Tempting the gods through the S's. 10, 11, 12, with style, with grace. Oh my goodness, he's pushing hard around lap traffic, gets the clear air he needed. Could he be Miss America P-Man? What are we looking at P-Man for? Where's Bearded? P-Man, I love you to death, but you're jumping up into 6th place. Bearded might get pole here. Not doings. Sector 2 kills them again. 41.338. Within a tenth of his best, but 0.3 off of Quas's best. How much more can he hang out there and push these tires? Not sure he's still got it beneath him. Now looking at Diego, the number 2, pulling a 144.3 in 18th place right now. Going up into 17th place with a 143.9. Seeming to get a little bit more rhythm beneath him, but Chewbacca now on a heater himself. Maybe he can thwart Diego's efforts. Bearded back on track with the purple Sector 1. Kong has been trying to help him get settled down in Sector 2. I'll tell you what, Kong, it's not helping. Whatever you're doing is helping your cause. If you're the one that coached him through Sector 2, it's definitely not working. Just kidding, like I said. What can I say? Oh, Bearded clips the wall. Going green in Sector 2, but to the line, not enough again. 41.252. Warps to pit. That's it. Doesn't have it in the bag. Andrew goes up into 4th place with a 42.089. And Brett Shepard out here. Good to see big calves, small toes in the race again. Oh, excuse me, I have that backwards. Small calves, big toes. And the number 18. Friend of the stream, Brett Shepard. Oh, and Brett Shepard's going faster than before. Quas provisionally holding on to first place with the 141. Oh, and 41.2 for the Beard Man, 41.4 for Kong, 42 for Andrew, 42.1 for Riot. Oh, and can someone do a little sound check for me real quick? Hopefully everything still sounds okay without getting too screamy. I was listening to the stream back earlier and it was really quiet, so I hopefully turned it up to a good, reasonable level. Brett Shepard taking the checkered flag for qualifying with a 42.6. Excuse me, just got a improved lap to the line. Thank you, Jay Styles. Really appreciate that. Ben Styles with a... Excuse me, Ben Styles. Won't that make a mistake again? Ooh. Ben B with a 143.2. No, I don't want to do that. I would do it here. Boom. There you go, buddy. And who do we want to grab for interviews? That's the next question we want to do. Ben B is muted himself and grabbed himself. I want to talk to Atomic Mime. That's who I want to grab. Talk to the Mime. Atomic Mime, are you there?
Yeah, I'm getting out.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, how are you doing, Atomic Mime?
I'm doing good. What's up?
Not much. Dragged you into the booth. 12th place for qualifying. Yeah. How are you liking the car this season?
You know, I actually like the car quite a bit. This is only like my 5th or so series that I've done with this group, so I'm still learning actually, but it feels pretty good actually.
Nice. Learning the field, learning the grid, learning the dynamics. Or are you just new to league racing?
Oh, I'm new to racing in general altogether.
Oh.
I've only been doing this for like, well, I got my wheel in like July of last year, so I haven't even been doing it a year yet.
Oh, you're kidding! Holy smokes!
Yeah, I'm totally new.
Well, welcome to the grid, welcome to the crew, and thanks for hanging out with us, man. We clipped a couple of your swings through the last corner of the last race. I just wanted to say, don't take that personally. But
No. It's all good. I know I'm gonna biff. I'm just hoping to stay on the track this time around.
The car's I was gonna ask you about this without putting the words in your mouth, but the car's a bit of a pendulum, isn't it?
Oh, totally. At least it feels that way to me.
You know. And I mean, not just to you, to everybody up and down the grid. And I'm sorry I didn't have you on your livery. I apologize. How rude of me.
Oh, that's quite all right.
No, not all right. Don't give me that. Not all right.
Yeah, the whole pendulum thing is a real issue actually, in the whole back and forth of this track in particular on the back half.
It's awfully twisty here. I'm not too familiar with NOLA, so what do you think is going to be the big give or take or the sacrifice into one to get the other, if you give me that grace?
I don't know that I know enough about the game in order to be able to make a real educated statement about it, but I'm guessing that the people who are going to push it are going to end up like veering into other people and crashing on the back and forth, just because they're trying to maintain that momentum, because it is so important as you're going into that back stretch.
Okay, I can see that happening. A little bit of the, flicking the rear end through the S's a little bit, and perhaps flicking a little too hard and knocking someone else loose there and losing yourself some time in a couple positions. Yeah, exactly. I could definitely see that being
turning right at the very head of all of the back and forth. If they try and make sure they hit that last curve just right in order so they got a good momentum going into it, but somebody else is right in that area, you might see some contact there, I'd imagine.
Oh. Man, this is going to be spicy. And the times up and down the grid are pretty darn close. So if this is anything like Sachsenring showed, this is going to be spicy, and just got to keep the rubber side beneath you, right?
Exactly. That's the goal.
Right on. Thank you so much for the time. Thank you so much for the interview, Atomic Mime, and good luck to you out there, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Take care. Right on. We heard from the mime man himself, but we've got Quas leading the charge in the Turismo in P1, the AMG Porsche. I don't want to have to explain that ever again. Bearded in the number 7, the Kunos livery car. Backwards through the gate, Stabilo Kong in the green one. And we got Andrew in the 5 Kuno. Skittlesmobile for Riot with his great recovery for race 2. Misfit in 6th in one of the DHLs. P-Man in the other DHL. That's going to be interesting. Let's see how this works out for us, folks. Away we go. Oh, I think someone's got a better start than the other. Looks like Misfit and P-Man are going to go at it. DHL. This looks like the entrance to St. Petersburg. Everybody doing well to keep clean and not cut each other off, thank goodness. Nothing like the start of the GT race, and just as I said that, commentators curse. A little bit of a bump in the road from Misfit into Andrew, it looked like. And man, oh man, that collected a few drivers. And hopefully we can return to some good, clean racing in just a moment. And an unfortunate accident in touch there. Welcome to the stream, Noble. Thanks for joining us and hanging out. Yep, incident in 30 seconds. Couldn't have called it any faster from the mime. Sure, he's happy. Up into 8th place already. Now we're looking at Maddie, DLH. And looking backwards, Brett Shepard at the Atomic Mime. And still looking at Brett Shepard. Changed his livery on us, I must say. I think he did. And Devon now looking at the mime, who went off track through the S's. Able to get it back underneath him. No, mime, no! He's into the pits, no! Oh, rather than risk anyone else's race, he ends up in the pits to avoid contact with other drivers, doing the right thing, but man, not the way he wanted his race to end tonight after being interviewed. The commentators curse, grabbing people unexpectedly. I'm sorry that bequeathed you, the Atomic Mime. I'm not the gift I needed to have. Oh, it looks like the Beijing Cowboys off. That's going to be 3 wide, almost through sector 2. That's T6 they're approaching now. A little fast kink side by sides going down. Almost 3 wide again with Chewbacca Valoni and Andrew. Over the hill we go. Looked like Andrew sent it over that curb. No, that's Valoni sent it over that curb. Chewbacca's trailing behind in 17th place right now. Atomic Mime is back on track in 19th place. Is going to make sure that he gets a good start for race 2. Having a lot of practice. Devon in the Rockstar Energy. 8th place. Change for the lead up ahead. Excuse me. Can't get auto cam to turn off. Bearded got by Quas for just a moment. But it swapped right back. It looks like I missed that. I'm sorry. Auto cam. What are you doing to me? Back to Devon. Ugh, sorry. Decaf Rockstar, get out of this stream. What's wrong with you? I can't agree with that. I cannot agree with that. That's not allowed. You love sugar. That's what you love. You love sugar. P-Man promoted, into 5th place now behind Misfit. inheriting those positions gained early off the start and has done his best to maintain his cool. And now Matt DLH and Brett Shepard are going at it. A little reminiscent of race 2 last week. Keep an eye on the tower, folks. Brett Shepard, excuse me, not Brett Shepard, Quas is going to get close to Bearded any second now. Within a second is NRC Andrew to Ben B. Almost wants to make that happen. Can't do it through the S's. Holding on, making a peak. Now the move thrown up the inside of the S's, still side by side. Coming down turn 14, switchback engage from Andrew. Chopped the nose off of Ben B, thrown him into the back of Beijing Cowboy, and Ben B can't hold on any longer. Oh, sure is trying though. At least he's defending from the Beijing Cowboy. But now Beijing Cowboy has the inside line down the main straight. This is gonna be big into turn 1 now. Ooh, Ben B on the inside is able to hold on to that position, but now he's a second back from Andrew. Has a lot of ground to make up. And that little battle with Beijing Cowboy. Baloney now getting involved on the inside of the Beijing Cowboy, and there's contact there. Maloney falling to the back of the grid behind Chewbacca, but in front of Kevin Duty and the Atomic Mime still. Here's the 2 DHL delivery vans going at it. 4th and 5th place, respectively. P-Man to the Misfit. Oh, big old lunge over the curb. Really was able to close down in that braking zone after that instability from the P-Man. A little bit of a wiggle there. So those positions got inverted at some time and place, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Because Misfit was ahead at one point. Can't keep my DHL vans straight, I'm sorry. But trailing them is the DHL of Matt. So DHL, DHL, and DHL, 3 in a row. But and then we've got Devon, Brett Shepard, and the Kong right behind. This is Valoni looking at Chewbacca and the Beijing Cowboy. And the Beijing Cowboy is going awfully slow. Maybe he's waiting to resume. Waiting to give that position back to Valoni, it looks like. Awfully gentlemanly of them. Oh, different setup possibly. That much gearing change? I don't think so. That's crazy. I don't think GT4s could do that. I think he was waiting to give the position back to Valoni. Possibly. But we still got the DHL mobiles. Running nose astern. Maybe he does not do practice with the grid. Possibly so. Beijing Cowboy was awfully good once he got the rhythm of the Sachsenring, and this track is much like that. Very flowy in its nature, and P-Man didn't quite get it there. Looks like Misfit was able to get past. Now he's going to have to battle and defend for Matt DLH. Man, oh man. Just looking on. Bearded's 3/10 faster that last lap than Quas, but that just keeps him within a second. The Beijing Cowboy from Automobilista, copy that. Probably just needs to give him a little bit of practice and familiarity with the physics of this game. But once he gets it, he'll get it right away. Every sim has their quirks to it. I'm sure he'll get comfortable with it. Looks like red rims to Misfit and the black rims going to the P-Man. Yep, that's it. Beijing Cowboy disconnected from the server. No! What happened there? And I don't think he's United States-based. Devon up the backside of Kong. Looking at something T7. Can he make anything happen? No. And entering the S's now. This is what Atomic Mime warned us about early on. Halfway through this one. 1.5 seconds separating the leaders. They're not too far away from catching Atomic Mime. Oh, that's a big old lunge over the curb from DF Devon. And almost, almost had an accident there. It was able to avoid it, but now just snapping away to Andrew and Diego. They're about to catch up to Devon right now. There he is, right in front of Andrew. Got an off right at the entrance of turn 9. Oh, excuse me, that was turn 14. That was at turn 14, right before the final corner. Man, really lost out on a lot of positions there, but was able to recover and get back on track without getting involved in anybody else's race, which is always the most important thing you can do. This is Valoni and Chewbacca, half second back, and these darn DHLs all glued together now, still. All three little DHLs in a row, P-Man, P-Man, Misfit, and Matt DHL. Ooh, big old braking zone from Devon. Man, looks like there's a fight going on right behind Diego and Ben B, as Ben B's on the recovery drive now. In 13th place. Driving fast, driving forward. He's really going to try to hustle to get up into the top 10 and get those points for race 2 like he did in race 1. Excuse me, in heat 2, round 2. Whew. Uh-oh, something going on with the timing tower. Or Chewbacca had a big old incident down into 15th place. No, I think the timing tower just bugged out for a second. At DLH still behind P-Man. Well, everybody has a little bit of an interesting take on their entrances to these corners, and there's another mistake now from Misfit ahead. Not sure if you were able to catch that. A slight error going wide from Misfit leading the charge. There it is again. And there's P-Man looking to take anything he can. This is on the entrance of turn 9, side by side. No having it so far. Nose to tail. At DLH just watching and waiting in the number 99 Arizona car. Arizona Iced Tea. In case you couldn't tell, having to check up is the Arizona car. Now the three of them are just absolutely glued to each other, and Brett Shepard is now gaining time on the three of them as they all have to check up on each other. And Bearded is only a few tenths back from Quas right now, up ahead at the front. Giving Quas the run for his money that he asked for. The AMG Porsche cannot sit up there at the top. Literally nothing separating these two drivers in the championship standings right now. race victory sure would add to that excitement. Oh, P-Man and Misfit side by side right now, coming through turn 5. On their way into turn 6, Misfit still has the lead. Matt is just behind, 3/10 adrift. Oh, looks like Colin has gotten in front of Brett Shepard after some sort of kerfuffle. And he's 3 seconds behind Matt DLH. So now Matt's going to want to get by P-Man if he can, since P-Man hasn't been able to get past Misfit after a couple tries and a couple laps. Bearded's now more than just a few tenths away from the leader of Quas. I wonder if that's going to slinky back any moment now. And B sure is gaining on Misha, though. On the entrance to the final sector, turn 14, Ben goes wide. Tried to go the long way around and get the outside inside on Misha at turn 14 and couldn't have it done. Chewbacca again. Something going on with him and the timing tower, because he keeps on jumping up to 11th place and then jumping down the order, which doesn't make any sense. But Devon gaining a lot of time on the Loris. Obviously having a different line into turn 1 and checking up into turn 2. Trying to find the long way around. He sure will get it. At least get the opportunity to get it the long way around. And there it is. Through 4 and 5, Devon is able to get it done. Beautiful engagement there. Looking at Diego, Ben B, and Misha now. 10th place sure is important for the reverse grid. Put you at the front of the grid for race 2. Gotta be the spiciest place you gotta be. I thought Ben B really was going to have the pace to get up there and onto it, but no, not right now. Misfit holding on to 4th place, though. Might be... Ooh, who are we looking at now? This is Ben B again on Misha. Oop. There it is. Almost went for the same move twice in a row. Expecting different results. Ben B ain't a lunatic. There it is. A little jump in the timing tower right there. That's not going to stop us heading into the second to last lap. Ben B right behind Misha. Let's see who else is close on someone else. Diego, there it is. Ben B, there it is. Misha goes deep at turn 1. Ben B's through. Diego watched the whole thing go down. Now Diego wants a piece of Misha if he can get it. Misha on the outside, sticking to the inside of these twisty bits. Turn 4, turn 5. Oh, Diego's trying to get a switchback. Engaged. Can he hold onto it? Nope, not quite. Ben B is looking to get one done. Pushing the Loris a little wide. The Loris gaining track position back, but giving Ben B a bump in the rump. Checking up. Now Misha's through on the Loris. And that's not what you expected to go down. Oh, side by side, not quite. Settle down. Misha leads Diego and the Loris. Oh, big old wiggle from the Loris. Can't hold on to it, and Diego's through securely. think that'll be the end of that battle prematurely before the last lap. You never know what'll happen. Looks like the Atomic Mime has been lapped now, has let the leaders through. We're now a second between each other. Now Misha's through on Ben B, it looks like. Ben B giving Misha the bump in the rump there. And now Misha's under threat from Diego and the Walrus on the final lap. I said it was over a little too soon. Misha almost closing the door on Diego. Diego held on to the curb, almost slipped out of control, but really held on. Diego is now under threat from the Walrus. Switchback engaged. Misha loses control, goes a little wide, switched back from top to bottom. Now it's the Walrus, Diego, and Misha turned on its head upside down. Woo! Spicy, spicy, spicy action. And getting to the line right now is Quas taking the checkered flag in P1. Bearded in P2 right behind, just a second to drift. Riot 12 seconds back, showing how commanding the two leaders really were. P-Man clutch, fourth place, battling it out with Misfit and DLH for the Matt DLH for the entire race. Kong in 7th place and Brett Shepard with a pretty consistent 8th place finish for them. Andrew with a quiet 9th place finish, and Devon with a recovery back into 10th place after their early mistakes. Ben almost getting a top 10 there, but only holding on to 11th place after an early battle. 12th place for the Walrus, battling with Diego and Misha. Battle that lasted up until the last lap for them. And then Valoni in 15th place with Chewbacca and Kevin Duty, the Atomic Mime, and the Beijing Cowboy taking the DNF. Valoni passes Shu on the last lap. Didn't catch that. Sorry. Missed that. I am so sorry. Let me see if we can grab one of the drivers while I grab some water. Let's grab P-Man. P-Man.
Howdy.
Hi, fantastic 4th place for you.
Yeah, that was a close one because I was chasing down Misfit. I had him at one point. He got back, and as always, Matt was just behind waiting to pick up the scraps. So, yeah, that was a good one.
Sure was. Talk us through some of those exchanges real quick for us.
Yeah, this track's interesting just because there's one good straight for passing, and everything else is just like trying to force errors in the other drivers. So I was basically just trying to like position the car to at least like always be in the mirrors and have like kind of a different positioning. So if they did make a mistake, I could capitalize. And quite honestly, I don't remember explicitly when I can't remember explicitly when I passed Misfit, but yeah, like I think I just set up the car right. And yeah, considering like, I don't know, I wasn't expecting to be this competitive tonight, so I'm really happy and looking forward to the reverse to see if I can pick up any more good points. So yeah.
Right on. Sounds good, and good luck to you. Thank you so much for talking us through some of that, and we look forward to watching you again. Take care, brother.
You too. Bye.
All right, that was the P-Man. Who else are we grabbing? Brett Shepard, maybe? We talk to him all the time. What about Kong? Hello. Is this the Kongster?
Hello.
How are you doing, Conger?
Pretty annoyed, honestly.
Oh no. I'm sorry about that. Would you like me to leave you alone?
What? Sorry.
Would you like me to leave you alone?
Oh, no, you're good.
What's going on? What happened during your race? Did we miss something?
Yeah, first
Were you involved in that early incident?
Got rammed into.
Oh, no.
Don't know by who, but I got rammed into, and then it threw me into Andrew.
Yep.
And then this track is really hard to pass on.
Impossible.
I caught back up to the three that were in front of me, but they were in a draft together, and I just could not get into it.
No, those three were just kind of jamming out together, absolutely, and it was hard to just get past anybody on this track. But amazing recovery back into seventh place. If you tumbled down to where I thought you guys tumbled down to, so yeah, just amazing that you guys were able to keep it beneath you and keep on going. So good driving out there.
Yeah, I feel bad for Andrew because it threw me into him and then it spun him around and unfortunate, but at least he got up to ninth. It looks like, right?
Yeah, into ninth, and you know what? It wasn't even it wasn't a lap one turn one incident. It was actually a lap one turn three incident. I
Yeah.
think someone would just kind of lost their brake marker, got lost in the pack there, and I think either way, you guys both ending up in the top 10 for race one should be a good race two for you guys, right?
Yeah. Should be.
I'll leave you guys to it. Good luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Right on, right on. I don't think it was that DHL. It might have been the other DHL. I don't actually want to say, but I think it was a DHL car. I don't know who it could possibly have been. Anyways, race 2 is about to get going. Let me get a sip of water before we get going. Atomic Mime, Kevin Duty, Volony, Misha, Diego, Ben B, Devon, Andrew, leading us away in towards turn 1. Let's see how this all goes down, folks. Ben B in 6th place right now, leading Devon. Almost side by side. It is side by side in towards T1. Devon chops the nose off and gets around Ben B, who's a little slow and is almost about to get passed by Andrew now. He is going to get passed by Andrew, and falling back 2 places in the first couple of corners is really unlike Ben B. Really uncharacteristic. Chewbacca right now is not on the grid, it looks like, as Atomic Mime drives away. I don't see the Shoe Man. I don't see him anywhere, Sam I Am. And battles up and down the grid. Devon really close to Misha right now. Looking on the inside. Devon really had a lot of pace in race 1, but just had that earlier accident send him back further. Switchback from Devon. Couldn't get it quite hooked up for Misha. Deliver it on another corner, but now is under threat from the cars behind. That's Andrew and the gang. Andrew on the inside was a wheel well alongside Devon's rear, but couldn't quite get that move secured. Here's Diego now taking a look at Andrew and Devon ahead. I don't know what happened to the Shoe Man. That's upsetting. Really, really upsetting. Brett Shepard now on the inside of Ben B, side by side into turn 1. Ben B coming out from way outside, able to get a big run on Brett Shepard, and around the outside he goes. Kong now compromised. Oop, no, optimized on the compromised Brett Shepard, who's a little off his game in 10th place. There he goes through now. Oh, looks like Devon got passed by Andrew up at the front. The Rockstar Energy car. And Andrew's now about to get past Misha as well. Might be one of the first of the fast ones to get to the front of the grid. As Quas is still hanging back in 12th place. Brett Shepard now only a couple tenths back from Kong. Didn't do it yet. Oh, there it is. Kevin Duty side by side with Volony. go. No, big drift from Valoni. Big drift from Valoni and Kev Duty battling that out still right now. 43-2 for the leader right now. Looks like 43s, 44s, 41s being Quas in 11th place. He gets past Riot in the back in 11th and 12th place. Ooh. There's a three-way battle going down right now. That's Quas, Kong, and Brett Shepard. There's another battle up ahead with Devon and Andrew going down. That's a foot just ahead. I'm not going to say anything about that right now, Jay Styles, okay? I've already hurt that man once tonight. I'm not going to hurt him again. Ooh, Devon is awfully compromised right now behind Misha. There's Andrew looking on the inside, won't act on it yet, allows Devon to hold on and try to make that move on Misha for another lap, but now Diego's getting dragged up to this battle too. And this conga line just gets longer and longer by the second, as that's Ben B, I think, behind the two of them again. Uh-oh. Is that Devon off in the same place? It is! Devon's off in the same place we saw him off last time. That's turn 14. That has cursed him again and back down in 12th place. Ouch. Poor guy. Gosh darn it. There's Bearded in 13th place trying to move his way up the field. And getting past Devon is the first step in that. And not signed, sealed, and delivered quite just yet. Uh-oh. Looks like there's a couple side-by-sides going down. Oh! I don't know what's going on in the back there, but there was a red car that just went straight off in the background. I have no idea what happened. But there's... Oh, Andrew's now lost it. As I don't know what's going on to some of these drivers. Anybody got a reading on the what the pulse of the drivers right now? Quas has somehow managed to get into P5, and Ben's in P4. I can't make heads or tails of this one, folks. I just can't make heads or tails of what just happened. Can we look at the progress real quick? We've got Quas with a gain of 4 with 13, Riot gained 9, Brett Shepard gained 5, Ben B gained 4. We've got Kevin Duty who lost out 11, and Matt DLH losing out 2, and Andrew 6. 1 and 4 for Misha. I feel like some other people have definitely dropped out of this race already after getting involved in some earlier incidences that we didn't see. Andrew, unfortunately, taking the DNF this one. Have no idea what happened to him. Just completely blindsided by that one. But here's Brett Shepard behind this three-way battle. Diego, Ben B, and Quas. Good view of Diego battling it out still. With Quas, nonetheless, with the fastest of the fast holes here at the lab. Here's Kong joining in on the conga line. Behind Riot and crew. And here's Bearded catching up to Misha and the conga line ensued. Oh, there's Devon. Hello, hello, Mr. Red Bull Energy. If only they were in decaf. Is that Ben B and Diego getting involved again? It sure is. There's Diego holding back Quas unbelievably well. That just goes to show you how hard of a track this is. Oh my goodness, is that going to be a pass from Brett Shepard onto Riot? No, not yet. Oh, there's an attempt, and there's a side-by-side, and spun around is Brett Shepard and Kong. After a little bit of contact at 14-15 there, it looks like. Back spun around the right way, but not so lucky for some. Atomic Mine with a gap indeed right now of 4 seconds at the halfway point. That's all I'm going to say. And Ben B holding on to third place. Champion of race 2 finishes, it looks like. Kwas finally through on Diego in that number 2. Can't hold him back any longer. Really did everything he could for those 3 laps. Put up a hell of a fight, though. Really sticking with it. And only 2 tenths back, and Riot's still there as well. That conga line of cars is kind of spread out just a little bit, as Bearded is in the top 10 and only a tenth back from Devon in the Rockstar car. Trying to recover after a little bit of a mistake into turn 14. Hopefully really able to get it underneath him. Holding on to a battle with Misha, but now is compromised to Bearded, switching back and forth, respecting the racing room needed, and it's good. Into turn 1, Kwas now challenging at the front. There's a move on Ben B, trying to go for the outside of turn 1, leading into the inside of turn 2. Can Kwas lead it away? He sure does. A little puff of smoke going off the brakes there, but easily ahead of Ben B, as I believe Ben backed off and didn't want to fight that any harder than he had to. 7 out of 12. Still a decent amount of the way left to go. Misha goes wide at the entrance of turn 3 and has to let a couple cars through, including Bearded's. Again, got to say thank you so much to everybody for showing up and hanging out. And again, thank you so much to Busey for his beautiful highlights contribution. And I can't wait to see what he's able to come up with next. And thank you as always to everybody for hanging out with me on stream and commenting in chat. And you know you can always find us at Discord, back at the lab. Here's Brett Shepard chasing down Misfit now. Really working the wheel after. Oh, change for the lead. Atomic Mime has a moment. Oh no. Valoni's through. Mime. Wait, hold on. Nope. Just a snafu. Nope, just a snafu with a timing tower, it looks like. Just a snafu with a timing tower. Everything's okay. Whew. Everything's okay, folks. Don't worry. Don't worry. Everything's okay. Everything's good in the world. Ben B is still battling it out with Kwas. Or Valoni, excuse me, battling it out with Kwas. Whew. Thought I'd really gone up and done it, man. Really gonna have to rely on live timing more often. Purple sector 1 for Kwas on this current lap. Purple sector 3 for Bearded on his last lap. So a lot of good times coming out from the drivers right now. And Bearded and Kwas trying to return to the rightful places at the top. But this race really will separate the two of them in the championship standings unless Bearded can make up some serious positions. Now still battling it out with, believe that was Devon. Well, there was a little bit of contact there on lap 8. But I don't think... Oh, there's big contact there and large cloud of smoke. And that's Riot involved, and I don't know who else. In a solid red car. That wasn't Ben B. That must be Valoni, maybe? Nope, Valoni's still driving ahead. I don't know who was in that other red car. Oh my goodness, big ol' wiggle from Diego. Just caught a glimpse of that right behind Bearded. And Ben B. Right in front, taking a look. Bearded is on the inside. Ben B really not wanting to fight that too much. Maybe he really went for he wanted to commit to that switchback, but couldn't. Really trying again now. Ben B being the tactician. Didn't have the acceleration beneath him to get alongside Bearded, and now just has to follow in single file. Fell back to 6th place now. Field sure is pretty close this round, that's for sure. A lot of accordioning going on where the drivers have caught up to one and then got bunched up and then backed off again and again. And here's Misha and Diego, Kong and Misfit. Oh, making a look as Kong on Misfit doesn't act on it. Need to have so much room or so much overlap to get anything to be successful here. And here's a Bearded trying to make something successful happen with Devon. Quas fastest lap, 41.5 now. Absolutely insane race pace. 2 laps remaining. 2.5 seconds back from the Atomic Mime. Close your eyes, Jay Styles, and pray for our boy Atomic Mime. That gap is coming down fast. Man, oh man. Autocam, lead us through the darkness. Show us the light, Diego and Misfit and Kong. Nose is stirred. A second and a half between the leaders right now. 2 laps left. Here's Kong. Here's Diego. Here's Misfit. Diego falls back. Has to relinquish the position. Finishes is in the top 10 right now. Excuse me. Lives to fight another day. Quas. 7/10 back from the leaders. There's Kong on Misfit. 4/10 separating them. So close. Let's take a look a little further up. Valoni looking at Bearded, looking at Devon. 7/10 separating the leaders. Last lap shenanigans. Half a second now. We're going to have to look in a second. There's Bearded in the braking zone behind. Can't do it there at the entrance of turn 3. Holds on. Looks like Devon goes wide. Let's take a look. Got to go on board with Quas. Looking at the Team Rocket livery of Atomic Mime. Uh-oh, looks like there might have been an accident between Devon and Valoni. Hopefully it returns back to the same order it was before. Looks like it did. All's right in the world. On board with Quas, looking at Atomic Mime, headed into turn 15 now. Here's turn 16, leading into the final lap. You can really hear the drivers get on the accelerator as late as possible, but stay on it to make sure that they have the lead into the final lap. Turn 1 is going to be tricky. Quas is there on the brakes. Atomic Mime has it covered off, checks up a little bit, but manages to gain a little bit of an advantage. 6/10 now separates them. Quas is able to make up a little bit of time in the braking zone. Looking back at Atomic Mime. Goes a little wide. Isn't set up the greatest into the back part of the track. Goes a little wide. Might be able to get a run, but got a little bit of a wiggle coming out onto the back straight. Now that's compromised his line. Quas is there on the inside, going over the curb. Atomic Mime is able to recover, really punching it out. And Quas is there, threatening in the rear view mirrors, but jumping over curbs and not having the traction beneath him to punch through the air behind the Mime. Big sends from these drivers, pushing on the last lap, trying to go for a last-ditch effort switchback on the entrance to turn 14. Does Quas have a shot in the dark, trying to go wide and carry as much speed as he can into turn 15? Has to check up on the brakes. Let's see if Atomic Mime is gonna make any mistake. He's not gonna do it. Leading away into the final corner, Atomic Mime has the recovery drive everybody wanted him to have, and he takes the checkered flag for race 2 in P1. Quas in P2, Bearded in P3, Devon in P4, Ben B in P5, Valoni in 6th, Misha in 7th, Misfit in 8th, battling with Diego in 9th, Kong in 10th, Riot in 11th, Brett Shepard in 12th, Matt in 13th, Kevin Duty in 14th, and P-Man in 15th, and Andrew, unfortunately, getting 16th place. Holy Toledo, we're grabbing the Mime. Hope you weren't talking to anybody important there, Mime. You're ours now.
Holy cow, that was intense.
Are you alive there, partner?
I am, yeah. But I feel like Quas was giving it up to me at the end, making sure I stayed in front. But hey, it's fun to see him in my rearview mirror when he's not lapping me.
That was an amazing last lap battle, man. Holy Toledos are out. And man, unbelievable drive by you. Way to just keep it consistent and cool. There was at one time a point where we thought you would run off the track. It was just a, thank God, just a kerfunkle from the timing tower. So, man.
Oh, okay.
How did the race feel for you?
You know what? The first and second were quite similar, actually. The first one, I screwed up big time and totally forgot to put in enough fuel because I was still in my qualifying amount of fuel, so I had to pit. So I spent the whole first race just racing on my own, which actually probably helped for the second time around.
I thought that you had gone wide through the final corner, ended up in the pits.
Oh, no. I didn't have enough fuel on it, so
Gotcha.
I went into the pits and refueled and then came back, and I just never saw anybody ever again.
Gotcha. Okay, well, right on. Man.
Yeah.
So is this your best result so far?
On the reverse grid, yes. Yeah. So for my first time ever a podium. It's good.
Heck yeah, that's not good. That's fantastic, man. Congratulations.
Well, like I said, I started off way in front because I was dead last in the first one around. So it's,
Not dead last. You had to finish in the top 10, right?
I guess.
All right. Good luck, Atomic Mime, and thank you so much for the entertainment. Appreciate it, sir.
Hey, thank you. It's been grand.
All right, bye. And who else do we want to talk? Talk to Quas, maybe? Let's talk to Quas. Quas, hate to separate you from the Atomic Mime, but man, what a showstopper you put on for us.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, a lot of close racing.
Looked like it. And were you really doing your best to hang back early on in that race too?
Yeah, on the reverse grids, I'm always trying to just like find the space and just pick my spots. Not really trying to do too much, just trying to survive.
And well doing to survive, you did. And cut your way
Thank
through the
you.
field. You did a great job. Very nice.
Thank you, thank you.
Have a great night, brother. Take care.
You too. Good night.
Bearded. Oh,
Yo.
sorry to cut you off. I hope you
You're
weren't in
good.
the middle of an important conversation.
No, sir. We're good.
Amazing race one, and even better race two. Able to chop your way through the field to get back up to a podium finish.
It was very tough driving behind people on this track. You can't pass. Scary.
I bet everybody in chat was saying how frustrating it must have been to been in the draft behind someone and being able to feel like you're so much faster and then not being able to get around them at a lot of these places.
Yeah, I tried to pass Devin a few times in the second race. I tried to get aggressive in passman spots, and it's just like it wasn't safe to pass him. So
Yeah.
I literally was just like, all right, I'm just gonna sit behind Devin and just clear the way. And then everybody in front of us was getting aggressive and like they got impatient. And Devin and I just kind of scooted all the way through. And then Devin overshot a corner and I got past him. But otherwise, he probably would have finished in front of me. I mean, it was impossible to pass, no matter if you were faster or not. And Devin was racing so well in that second race. It was crazy. He had such good defense and just was being consistent. And it doesn't matter your pace if you can't get around, right? So it was nice. It was fun. I really enjoyed the second race. Enjoyed the first race too. That was also frustrating. I couldn't. Every time I get close to Quaz in the first race, I'd try something and then I'd lose like half a second.
Yep.
And then I'd have to be. It'd be like, and Quaz and I were so evenly matched that it'd be like 5 laps until I got another chance. I think I only got like 2 chances to pass him the entire first race because Quaz was just super quick.
Yeah, there really only were a couple of times where I saw you guys under a second to each other, and every time it was, like you said, just slinkied apart pretty fast, just
Yep.
trying to go for an opportunity. Was there a point where at which you did go for a move and you guys were side by side through the last corner at one point, or no?
Me and Quaz?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
there was. I guess I guess there was one lap where I caught him, but it wasn't safe enough to go into turn 1 side by side.
Gotcha. Timing Tower was
But-
doing weird things. That's why I was asking if I should go back and try
Yeah.
to find something.
No, there was never a time where it got close enough for me to actually make a move. I tried to dive a few times, and like I said, I just lost time by doing that, and it was fun, but yeah, it was a good time. Hopefully next week will be just as quick, and we'll keep the battles going.
And you and Quas are neck and neck in the championship points. A little bit adrift now that Quas has finished ahead of you twice or 2 races in a
Yeah.
row. So, but there's still opportunities to be had. March is a long month, so 2 more races
Oh,
to
yeah.
go.
2 more races, anything can happen. There's always the wild card with the reverse grid. You never know. So it's always just a good time battling with Quaz. Always a good time. So
Right on. Well, good luck, and we're going to close out the stream. Have a good night, Bearded.
you too. I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Talk to you later. Bye. Right on, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Really appreciate all the love, all the support, all the attention you guys are giving. Really just unbelievable amount of support you guys give me here at the lab. And just got to say again, thank you so much to all the staff members and the team members that have been showing up and helping out. Everybody that has picked up the Thirsty Thursday shenanigans and keeping that going. Thank you, everybody that sets up the servers for us to race on, practice on, all of those things that we do on Thursdays, and the Planet Zombies, Zomboid servers, and the chivalry, and whatever else we do here back at the lab. It's just all too much fun, and it's just a great community to be a part of. So you know where to find us if you do want to come out and hang out with us or drive around. If if you just want to come and watch me talk crap about my friends driving, you can come and do that too. But in closing, just want to say thank you again to our wonderful team and wonderful staff that supports us. Busey, Jay Styles, John Gold, Chewbacca, Oleg, Bearded, P-Man, Devon. And if I forget you, I'm sorry, but thank you so much for everything you guys do. I love you guys so much. And everybody, have a great night. And as always, please stay safe. Bye.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just double up, don't be scared. I'm so gone, no, I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so what? You're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong. You will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel